Have you ever questioned why some people seem to feel an immediate aversion towards you, even when there's no apparent reason? It's as if, no matter what you do, there's always someone looking at you with disdain or antipathy. The question of why some people simply hate us presents a mystery that isn't always rooted in our actions or words. Sometimes the reasons behind this hatred are deeply embedded in psychological complexities, such as envy or misunderstandings. Understanding this phenomenon isn't just a matter of curiosity. It's essential for navigating the complex social dynamics we face every day. In this special video, we will explore 9 reasons why people can develop intense negative feelings towards us. Before we dive in, I want to thank you for the incredible support you've been giving me. It's a pleasure for me to create these videos, and even more so to receive your love-filled comments. I read all of them. If this is your first time on the channel, click the like button and activate the notification bell so YouTube can recommend this video to more people like you. Now, let's begin this transformative journey together. Are you ready? 1. Envy and jealousy. One of the most common and profound reasons someone may develop feelings of aversion towards you is envy or jealousy. These corrosive emotions act like real poisons in interpersonal relationships, capable of turning admiration into repulsion and respect into resentment. Envy and jealousy often arise when someone sees something in you that they wish they had but believe they can't attain. This feeling can be triggered by various factors, from your success in your professional field and personal achievements to aspects of your personality or lifestyle. In many cases, envy and jealousy reflect a person's internal dissatisfaction with their own life. Instead of finding inspiration in your achievements or feeling happy for your success, they see your qualities and accomplishments as a mirror reflecting their own shortcomings or lack of luck. This emotion can evolve into deep resentment, leading them to wish for your failure or downfall in an attempt to ease their own pain or dissatisfaction. The most destructive aspect of envy and jealousy is that they can drive envious or jealous people to resort to gossip, slander, or even sabotage to undermine your efforts and achievements. They may try to discredit your work or spread falsehoods about your character, all in the hope of knocking you off the pedestal where, in their minds, you stand. It's crucial to recognize that envy and jealousy are issues of the person feeling them, not yours. Although it's easy to internalize the hate and start questioning or blaming yourself, it's important to remember that you're not responsible for another person's feelings of inferiority or dissatisfaction. Your achievements and qualities should not be diminished because someone is incapable of dealing with their own internal issues. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Don't worry about things that are beyond your control." The feelings of envy and jealousy from others are clearly beyond your control, and Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what you can control, your own actions, thoughts, and reactions. Understanding that envy and jealousy are often at the root of the hatred some people feel towards you can help you navigate these complicated interactions. Knowing how to deal with these negative emotions in a mature and passive way without letting them affect you is a vital skill for maintaining your inner peace and continuing on your path of personal and professional growth. 2. Misunderstandings and ineffective communication. These facts, even if they may initially seem small or insignificant, have the potential to fuel deep and long-lasting resentments. At the core of these misunderstandings, there are often misinterpretations or a lack of clarity in the way we express ourselves or interpret the words of others. Misunderstandings arise when there is a discrepancy between the intention of a message and the way it is perceived. A misplaced word, a misinterpreted tone of voice, or even a facial expression can be enough to create a false impression. These small communication failures can lead to incorrect beliefs about someone's intentions or attitudes, causing them to think that you are disrespectful, indifferent, or even hostile. On the other hand, ineffective communication significantly contributes to the building of emotional barriers and misunderstandings. This can happen when we fail to express our thoughts and feelings clearly, leaving room for mistaken interpretations. In other cases, the inability to practice active listening and truly understand the other person's perspective can lead to wrong assumptions and judgments. These scenarios become fertile ground for the development of negative feelings. When people feel misunderstood or believe they have been misinterpreted, they may begin to develop aversion based on these failed communication experiences. What began as a small misunderstanding can grow and transform into hostility that often has no connection to the reality of the situation or the relationship itself. Recognizing the importance of misunderstandings and ineffective communication as reasons for the emergence of negative feelings is crucial to avoiding unjustified hatred. It is essential to strive for clear, open, and honest communication in all interactions. Additionally, it's important to give people the benefit of the doubt and seek clarification when uncertainty arises. By doing so, unnecessary resentments can be avoided, and interpersonal relationships can be maintained on a healthier and more positive foundation. 3. Differences in fundamental values and beliefs. We live in a diverse world where each person is shaped by a unique set of values and beliefs that guide their perceptions, decisions, and behaviors. When these values come into conflict with those of another person, it can be the starting point for disagreements and eventually hatred. Differences in values can range from political and religious views to opinions on work ethics and lifestyles. When someone views their values as absolutely correct or superior, anyone with a different set of beliefs may be seen as an adversary or a threat. This us versus them mentality is a common source of interpersonal conflict and can quickly turn disagreement into contempt. Moreover, when a person's beliefs are deeply ingrained, any challenge to these beliefs is often perceived as a personal attack. This can trigger an intense defensive response, resulting in hostility directed towards the person who represents that perceived threat. In situations like this, the conflict is not just about divergent opinions, it becomes a battle between identities and worldviews. These differences can also lead to stereotypes and snap judgments. When people don't make an effort to understand the other's perspective and resort to generalizations, they create barriers that hinder empathy and mutual understanding. These judgments can turn into hatred, especially when fueled by unrecognized fears or prejudices. In Stoic philosophy, the idea is emphasized that our personal beliefs and values are the result of our individual experiences and perceptions. Epicurus, one of the prominent Stoic philosophers, would remind us that each of us is the product of our own education and environment. In this sense, it's natural for people to have different sets of values and beliefs. Fostering open dialogue, tolerance, and respect for differences not only helps prevent hatred, but also enriches our own experiences and understanding of the world. Accepting that not everyone will share our perspectives and that this is okay is a crucial step toward harmonious coexistence in a pluralistic society. The influence of rumors and gossip. Another significant factor that often leads to the development of feelings of hatred is the influence of rumors and gossip spread by third parties. These whispers, often false or exaggerated and motivated by malice or simply the desire to create intrigue, can be extremely harmful. They have the power to unfairly and often irreversibly shape people's perceptions of you. Rumors and gossip act like a virus in social relationships, spreading quickly and infecting people's opinions before you even have the chance to present your true story. Once a rumor starts circulating, it can take on a life of its own, distorting reality and creating a false image of who you are. This is particularly destructive when the rumors involve negative or sensitive aspects of your life or personality. The problem with rumors is that even when they lack any basis, they can be incredibly damaging. Convincing people to believe what they hear. People tend to believe what they hear, especially if the rumor confirms their own suspicions or prejudices. Additionally, the forbidden or sensational nature of a rumor makes it more appealing and therefore more likely to be spread. The spread of false or misleading information creates a toxic environment where you are judged and condemned without evidence or justice. The consequences can range from social isolation and loss of friendships to more serious impacts on your professional and personal life. The hatred generated by rumors can be one of the hardest to combat, as you are fighting against a fabricated image rather than reality. It's essential to be aware of the powerful influence that rumors can have in shaping hatred toward you. While it can be challenging, it's important to try to dismantle these rumors with the truth and maintain your integrity, regardless of the falsehoods being spread. Remember that your authenticity and honesty are your best tools against the poison of rumors. Trusting in your truth and maintaining transparency in your interactions can help disprove the lies and rebuild your image in the eyes of others. In the long run, truth and integrity will prevail over falsehoods and malice. 5. Personal insecurities and projection. This is a complex and often overlooked reality, yet it plays a crucial role in the dynamics of interpersonal hatred. When personal insecurities are not faced and overcome, they can transform into envy, resentment, and eventually hatred toward those who seem not to share the same weaknesses or flaws. Fears and insecurities can stem from various sources, such as past experiences, perceived failures, or social comparisons. As Seneca said, when someone feels insecure, they may unconsciously project those feelings onto others, especially onto those who seem to represent the opposite of their own insecurities. For example, if someone feels insecure about their career, they might develop resentment toward a colleague who is succeeding and advancing professionally. This projection of insecurities acts as a psychological defense mechanism, an attempt to cope with internal feelings of inadequacy. Rather than confronting and working through their own insecurities, it becomes easier for some people to direct their frustration and negativity toward others. This process can give rise to feelings of hatred, as the person sees in you a constant reminder of their own struggles and deficiencies. Another aspect of this dynamic is the sense of threat that your achievements or qualities may pose to someone with deep insecurities. Instead of viewing your successes as inspiration, these individuals may perceive them as a mirror, reflecting what they lack. This can trigger a negative emotional response as they feel that their own position or self-image is being challenged or diminished. It's essential to understand that someone's personal insecurities and the resulting feelings of hatred are not caused by your actions or who you are. Instead, they are a manifestation of that person's internal battles. Understanding this can help you avoid taking these negative feelings personally and maintain a healthy perspective in your interactions. Additionally, recognizing this dynamic can be the first important step toward addressing these feelings in a compassionate and empathetic way, helping to dispel misunderstandings and fostering a more positive environment. 6. Lack of empathy and understanding. In an ideal world, empathy and understanding would be the driving forces behind our daily interactions. However, one of the most evident reasons why someone might harbor feelings of hatred is precisely the lack of these essential qualities. The inability to feel empathy or to understand the experiences and perspectives of others can create a divide between people, leading to misunderstandings and ultimately to hatred. A lack of empathy manifests as the inability to put oneself in another's shoes, to feel what the other person is feeling, or to comprehend their motivations and reactions. When someone lacks empathy, their interpretations and reactions to the actions of others can be severely distorted, leading them to perceive an offense where none exists and to misinterpret intentions. As a result, they develop deep resentment based on misunderstanding. This lack of understanding is often exacerbated by prejudice, hasty judgments, and the inability to consider context and nuance. People who lack empathy tend to see the world in black and white terms, which can lead to misguided and unfair perceptions of others. Their judgments are often based on assumptions or a superficial view of the situation, without making an effort to truly understand the other person. The lack of empathy and understanding can also be a manifestation of egocentrism. Egocentric people are so focused on themselves that they find it difficult to recognize or value the experiences and feelings of others. This egocentrism can translate into insensitivity, causing them to treat others' problems or successes with disdain or indifference. This attitude can easily be interpreted as hostility or even hatred. Recognizing a lack of empathy or understanding as a reason for hatred is crucial to addressing these situations. It's important to remember that in many cases, the hatred someone feels toward you is more a reflection of their own emotional limitations than anything you have done. Understanding this can help you approach these conflicts with a more balanced perspective, seeking ways to build bridges of understanding when possible, or protecting yourself from negative emotional influences. 7. Competition or rivalry. This type of relationship, often steeped in competition and constant comparison, can become a powerful source of negative feelings. When competition or rivalry intensifies, it can evolve into hatred that transcends the boundaries of a simple dispute, turning into an obsession without directly harming the other person. Competition and rivalry are common in many aspects of life, whether in the workplace, social circles, or even family relationships. Typically, healthy competition can serve as motivation for personal growth and improvement. However, when that competition becomes obsessive, or when the rivalry is rooted in insecurities, jealousy, or past resentments, it can degenerate into a burning desire to see the other person fail. This transformation from competition to hatred often occurs when someone feels constantly overshadowed or belittled by the other. Instead of focusing on surpassing their own limits or achieving their goals, the focus shifts to defeating or diminishing the other. This feeling can intensify when one perceives the other's achievements or recognition as undeserved, or that they come at one's own expense. Furthermore, as Marcus Aurelius noted, heightened rivalry can lead to destructive behaviors like defamation, sabotage, or personal attacks. The need to win at all costs can erode one's sense of ethics and justice, resulting in actions aimed directly at harming the other person. These actions not only hurt the targeted individual, but also corrode the character and integrity of the person practicing them. Recognizing competition and rivalry as possible reasons for hatred is key to understanding the nature of these relationships. By identifying these feelings in others or oneself, one can seek ways to transform competition into collaboration, or at the very least, learn to compete in a healthy and respectful way. Remembering that another person's success does not diminish your own, and that there is space for everyone to shine, can be a powerful antidote to hatred born from competition and rivalry.